Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps is one of the motorsport world's most storied venues, the home of the Belgian Grand Prix, the 24 Hours of Spa, and the Spa 1000. Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps, also known as Spa, has long been recognized as a supreme test of courage and skill. Spa's roll call of winning drivers reads like a history book of Grand Prix and sports car racing. Michael Schumacher, Pedro Rodriguez, Jim Clark, Joe Seifert, Jackie Ickx, Henry Pescarolo, Juan Manuel Fangio, Senna, Gurney, Ascari, to name a few. Spa has seen many variations over the years. Designed in 1920, the circuit originally ran for some 15 kilometers over public roads through Belgium's Ardennes forest, connecting the hamlets of Francorchamps, Malmedy, and Stavelot near the resort of Spa. The elimination of the hairpin turn in the valley of Eau Rouge Creek later shortened the circuit by about a kilometer and added to its already fearsome speeds. While Spa lacked the long straights of Le Mans or Monza, with the exception of the famed La Source hairpin, it was comprised exclusively of fast, sweeping curves where speeds seldom fell below 100 miles an hour. Though those speeds peaked in the early 1970s when Pedro Rodriguez won the 1970 Belgian Grand Prix at an average speed of 149.9 miles an hour, and Henry Pescarolo set a lap record of 163.086 miles per hour during the 73 Spa 1000. With growing safety concerns, the circuit was reconfigured to its current 4.35-mile layout in the 1980s. The revised circuit retains much of the old flavor of the original course and, indeed, many of its signature turns, including La Source, Blanchimont, and the daunting Eau Rouge. As well as the new Spa, features demanding purpose-built section that sweeps down a valley through the fast Pouhon curve and the Campus S bend before rejoining the old circuit near Blanchimont. Tonight it's the LSR Gaming X60 at Spa. It's coming up next here on HBR TV. Race details for tonight. It is indeed a 60-minute event here at Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps, not a 3-hour event like we had, well, not too far long ago. It is round 10 of the LSR Sportscar Series, again from Francorchamps, Liège, Belgium. 4.35-mile course, 66 degrees, 87% humidity. Of course, overcast skies here this afternoon at Spa. Track temperature 67 degrees, nice and cool. Expecting to see some pretty quick times. Already seen a few of them here in the practice session thus far. Speaking of which, let's go trackside and see where everybody is stacking up thus far. James Vance currently the fastest on this track, 2 minutes, 1 second, .719. That is the LMP2. Aldo Secklin fastest in GT. His time, 2 minutes, 15.34 seconds. About 4 minutes remain in the practice session. We're going to take a moment here. Let's get a lap around Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. This will be on board a Mercedes-AMG GT3 piloted by Zach Millett. See Millett through that final chicane, turns 18 and 19. Is effectively down into turn number 1, La Source. Hard on the throttle, flat out, all the way down the hill. Let's take us into effectively turns 2, 3, and 4 over Eau Rouge into Raidillon. Again, now wide open down the Kemmel Straight. 155 miles an hour, 6th gear, 56, 57, just touches 158 miles an hour before hard on the brakes, the right-hand turn 5 through Malmedy. Now this is 5, 6, and then 7. Go uphill briefly and then down into Rivage, turn number 8. Wide open throttle, 125 miles an hour, then hard on the brakes once again, all the way down to under 60 miles an hour, back to the gas. Quick jaunt down, left-hand turn number 9. Then a bit of a rhythm section, almost a double apex here. The left-hand turns 10 and 11, the Puhan curves. Swing it just wide enough not to get it off track. Back to the apex of that second left-hander. Another quick 12-13 complex, kind of an S section. And then another short shoot down into turn 15. Wide open throttle through here. Swing it wide to the curb. And then flat out all the way through 16 and 17 Blanchimont. High speed, 150 miles an hour. Barely going to lift here, if at all. Flat out through 17, 6 gear, 156, 57, 58. Hard, heavy braking down into the chicane, turns 18 and 19. And that is a lap around Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Only a few races remain here in the LSR Sportscar Series. Of course, tonight here at Spa. Then next week, we go to the famous Le Mans. And then the last race of the season will be at Road Atlanta. And I believe Road Atlanta will be a 90-minute race instead of a 60-minute, a little bit longer. And I believe, don't quote me here, but I believe that is a double points event. Looks like that is going to wrap it up for the practice session. We'll get right into qualifying here in just a moment. Kevin Blue in the stream chat already. Looks like rain. I hope not. For your guys' sake, I really hope not. Doesn't look like iRacing has come out with that update just as of yet, but time will tell. Take a look here. Dave Tamira on track. Ten-minute quali session here tonight. 2 laps. Lock everybody into the field. Again, a single car quali session, not a group session. Typically, you will see that with road racing series. They'll run just about everybody all at once. Typically, they'll break the classes out separately, where LMP2 would go run a qualifying run, and then the GT cars would come out after that, or vice versa. Not all at the same time, but because of the delta between these 2 cars, admin's choosing a single car qualifying. Can't say that I blame them, especially early on in the season. We had 40, 50 cars. That would have been quite the crowd. Taking a look at the LMP2 practice results. 9 LMP2s here tonight. James Vance, of course, fastest. 2 minutes, 2 minute 1 second, .719 was the lap time for Vance. Garrett Hagen just 0.3 shy. Andrew Locke 3.5 tenths off of that. And then so on and so forth down to the 9th place, David Tamira, 1.1 seconds off of James Vance. GT3 category. Practice times were as follows. Aldo Secklin fastest at a 2:15.33. Zach Millett a 2:15.6. And so on and so on. 11 GT cars here tonight. So not a big field, but a good mix. I think we got 9 prototypes, 9 LMP2s, and 11 GT3. James Vance taking the green on his first lap. Wide open through Radion. Vance looking very smooth. Using all of the racetrack foreshore, maybe a little bit more. Got to be careful not to go too wide. You don't want to get that off track. In fact, it does look... No, he does not here. Andrew Locke, though, in his lap, he does have one off track. I don't know. That is prior to the green flag for Locke, so it's not going to affect him. Time's already checking in here. Dave Tamira, 2:02.34. James Vance goes 2:01.99. Sean Roberts, a 2:02 and change. Checking on things in GT. Zach Millett was second quick in the practice session. Millett on his first of 2 timed laps. Top time in GT so far, it is Cody Stieg. Cody with a 2:15.67. Millett a little dancy through the hairpin. It's going to cost him some time coming to the stripe. First lap for Millett, 2:15.954. Check on Cody Stieg, another AMG Mercedes. Currently sits P1 in GT. First lap, 2 minutes, 15.672. Cody just cuts the car down here. Doesn't gonna get all he was gonna get on that lap and gave it up. Brad Crouch's first lap, 2 minutes 16 seconds, 0.177. Crouch does a little better. 2 minutes 16 seconds 029. Andrew Locke next on the track here. He's on his second of 2 laps. Could be a challenger for the pole position here. Don't know if he's going to be fast enough to knock James Vance off that top spot. Vance running a 2:01.627. Kyle Surratt goes 2:01.91, second quick. Still about 0.3 slower than Vance. You can see the trap speed so much faster for these LMP2s. 180 miles an hour we just saw out of Andrew Locke. I think 158, 160 about the top speed we see out of the GT cars. Locke goes front row, but not to the top. 2:01.796 for Andrew Locke. With that, we're going to step aside, get a break out of the way. We'll be back with our starting grid after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the Lone Star Racing Sports Car Series, the LSR Gaming X60 at Spa. Your starting grid on the pole position, the number 16, James Vance, with a time of 2:01.627 seconds. To his outside teammate, Andrew Locke, just a 10.5 off. Starts outside front row in the number 15. Row number 2, Kyle Surratt. In the number 18, he rolls off third, David Tamira. The number 14 starts in the 4th position. Starting 5th, Sean Roberts, the Shenandoah Shine, number 66. Kevin Blue, the number 54 with Lone Star Racing. He'll start from the 6th position. Kyle Moyer, number 11 machine, will roll off from the 7th spot. 8th goes to Tyson Pankow, the number 91 Slapdash Motorsports entry. Garrett Hagen, the number 30 Foxworth Autosport, starts 9th, with Cody Anderson, Lone Star Racing's number 17, 10th on the field. Made it in here late, didn't get any practice in, but qualifying not even as well. He's here in time for the race, so he'll start shotgun on the field. Pole position in GT, Cody Steed, the number 12. To his outside, it is the 315 of Zach Millen. Starting 13th overall, the 55 of Brad Crouch. Chris Pyle will start in the 14th position. Blake Langley will start 19th. PM Beagle will start 16th. Eric Beadle will start 17th with Beetle Motorsports. Although Secklin did not take time in qualifying, expect fast laps out of the 666. He starts 18th. 19th goes to Harley Bathurst. He'll start in the 19 spot. In the 20, Bill Molfeld will start 20th in the 911 with Britt Osborne, the 421, rolling off the 21st position. It's your starting grid from Spa. We'll go down trackside. Get ready to start rolling here for possibly an abridged pace lap. Field starting to roll already. That is good news. Porsche pace car down the pit entry already, waiting for green lights to fire. Green. They do. We're underway here from Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. James Vance out to an early advantage, down into turn number 1. We got somebody in trouble already, it seems. Maybe Sean Roberts? Sean Roberts definitely in trouble in the LMP2. GT field closing in on that wounded prototype. Season just going from bad to worse for the 66. He's shown pace. We saw him come out of the box real early at Daytona with plenty of pace and just got more into bad luck as that race went on, and unfortunately for the 66, that has continued. Let's take a look at it here, see what we can see with Sean Roberts. Oh, big time through Radion. Let's back that up. Dave Tamira to his outside. Don't know if there was contact. Roberts gets on the inside curb. Tamira goes way left of the curb. Oh, I see what happened. Serious netcode there. It's going to send the 66 into the tires. You see David Tamira just completely disappeared, and then the sim is left wondering where he's going to land. You see him reappear there at the top of the frame. Unfortunately, the calculations were made that they made contact, and that's bad luck there for Sean Roberts as it continues. Meanwhile, out front, James Vance, Andrew Locke, Kyle Surratt, your top 3. Andrew Locke with a draft in the slipstream down the Kemmel Straight. A little bit of a bump and a push. Tandem drafting sports car style. Top 5 LMP2s all close-knit together here on the lap 2 from Spa. Further back in GT, current leader, this is the 12 of Cody Steeg. Zach Millett is second. Brett Crouch, Aldo Secklin, Chris Pyle, the top 5. Still 3 cars at the rear of the field. That is Sean Roberts, Cody Anderson, David Tamira. Tamira in the pits. Likely some damage from that first lap incident. Again, Sean Roberts, probably the same situation. And for those of you new to the broadcast, color codes are in vogue. Look at the timing tower on the left. The blue hash marks indicate the LMP2 drivers. That also indicated up at the top center of your screen. LMP2 is blue, GT3 is red. That graphic also indicates current leaders in each class. Again, LMP2 James Vance, GT3 we currently ride on board with class leader Cody Steeg. Zach Millett drives it way deep into the chicane, much later braking for the 315. Closes the gap considerably. It's under 0.3 of a second now. One car length, really maybe a car length and a half between the two Mercedes. Top three are all Mercedes, ironically. Battle for the GT lead. Zach Millett right on the back bumper of Cody Steeg. Down the Kemmel straight into the braking zone. Nothing doing for the 315 just yet. Cody Steeg a little bit better corners there. Gaps the 315 about 2 to 3 car lengths now. Fixing some overlays here there, guys. Sorry about that. Sean Roberts on the charge through the GT field. Although Secklin is now closed into this group again, although starting at the rear of the GT category. Big slipstream again down the Kemmel straight. To the inside goes Aldo Secklin on Brad Crouch. Down into Lacombe's. Little correction. Move Secklin into P3. Meanwhile, out front, Andrew Locke has taken over the top spot. Move James Vance back to P2. Take a quick look at it, see how it happened. Locke gets the run. Very similar paint schemes there. Locke is the car to the inside. Very easily makes the pass. You almost got to wonder if that was a planned exchange of position. Again, fuel strategy can be at play here. Again, drafting or slipstream, so to speak. They can work that, try to use that to their advantage, save some fuel while in behind the faster car. Not a whole lot of drafting going on here, though. Lock out to a pretty big advantage. 1.6 seconds back to James Vance. Also appears Garrett Hagen has crashed. Let's take a look at this. This appears to be down into turn number 1. La Source drives it way deep. Locks up the rears. Not a big crash or anything, just locks him up, slides to a stop, gives up a position. Further back in GT, looks like Bill Mofeld has also crashed. Bill in the Garza Law Firm 911. Says into the chicane. Did he crash? No, he just hits pit lane. We have seen that a bit of a glitch here in the iRacing sim, is that for whatever reason, when the drivers enter pit lane, it registers, at least on my end, my live timing data as a crash. So you may see that a couple of times tonight where I say somebody wrecked and they're just hitting pit lane. Not sure why Mofeld is in pit lane. If he's trying to maybe short pit, get it over with now instead of waiting until the end, that could be the case. Back down in GT, though, Cody Steeg still the lead, but second place has now gone to Aldo Secklin as he's gone around Zach Millett. Zach not giving up the chase, though. Less than a car length separates the Mercedes and that Ferrari of Aldo Secklin. Aldo not running the full season, but most of the guys out here are certainly thankful for that, because Aldo has got some serious pace just about everywhere we go. I can speak to it myself. I've tried to race him. It's just an exercise in futility in most cases. It's that much faster. Can keep up maybe for a lap or two, but you blink and he's by you. Millett doing a good job holding his own, though. Gets the draft. Big slipstream. Gets to the outside. Nope. Gives the corner to Aldo. Zach goes way wide on exit. GT field back through La Source, down the hill into Eau Rouge and Radion. Drew Blaze in the stream chat. Someone tell Kevin the gas is on the right. He's 6 seconds behind. Take a look at Kevin Blue. Look at the lap times for a moment. We'll take a look. Best time so far, 2:03.64. He was less than a second off of James Vance's top time in practice. Things have changed slightly. Top time for leader Andrew Locke is a 2:02.16. James Vance a 2:02.31. Kevin Blue a 2:03.64. Last lap time, Andrew Locke still in the 2:02s. Vance a 2:03.1, Kyle Surratt 2:03.1, Kevin Blue 2:03.6. I might be fooled again here, but it looks like Bill Mofeld has crashed again. Maybe this one's another pit. We'll see. It's in that general vicinity. Ooh, hard on the brakes to the inside. Just comes to a stop to let the LMP2 go. Can never be too careful. Good job staying out of the way. Blake Langley also looks like a lap ago. This is the Ferrari of Langley. Possibly another incident. Now this looks like this might be an issue. Maybe not. Nope, like we said, into pit lane. Kevin Blue coming into some GT traffic. True Blaze, you sound a lot better, Steve. Good to hear you, man. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm about 90%. Throat's still a little wonky, but knocking down some of that throat coat tea. No, there's no innuendo there. But I do appreciate it. It's good to be feeling good. Cody Steeg still with the lead as we approach the 15-minute mark here at Spa. We're going to step aside, get a break out of the way, and we'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the LSR Gaming X60 at Spa. Currently your leader, Cody Steeg in GT3, still maintains the top spot as the LMP2 leaders work their way through traffic. Aldo Secklin, Zach Millett, the top three in the GT category. Then back to LMP2, Andrew Locke, James Vance, Kyle Surratt. Drew Blaze talking about his next business venture, the Throat Coat Tee. 2023 Throat Coat Tee sponsored Tundra Pro coming up. I'll get you the logo. Aldo Secklin making a move to the inside here. This is for the lead in GT. Aldo Secklin takes it up through Radion. Top spot goes to the 666. Kevin Blue tried to stick the nose into the inside of Aldo Secklin there. Almost didn't pay off. Andrew Locke out front, still maintaining that position, about 1.2, maybe 1.3 seconds over teammate James Vance. Over the long haul, it seems that Andrew Locke has a little bit more pace than James Vance. Vance was able to put his car on the pole position, but it was not very long before Andrew took over the top spot. Vance sticking with his teammate, the number 15. Not really gaining or losing time on him. It's about a 1.2, now 1.1, drops a little bit down in through the source. Leaders have about 10 laps in so far in this first 21 minutes here at Spa. See the distance back to third place. Kyle Surratt is almost 7 seconds. Now with this faster pace that the leaders are running right now, they are burning a lot more fuel. These LMP2s are known to burn quite a bit of fuel at race pace. In the LMP2 category coming into tonight with their full fuel loads, whereas the GT category comes in at a 70% load. Typically they can run a longer stint. Again, not as fast, not as quick a lap time around Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the GT3 category. Typically on a full fuel load, those GT cars could probably go full race distance or very, very close to it. Looks like Kevin Blue went off track. Let's take a look at this. Don't see anything earth-shattering there. Maybe a little off track as far as the left side's in the gravel, but nothing to speak of. Jumping back down into the GT category again, Aldo Secklin started from the rear of the field, did not take a time in the qualifying session. Drew Blaze says, your off-track alert would be on me every 5 seconds the way I drive road courses. You know, sometimes it varies. It's different from track to track. Sometimes I don't get a notification when a guy full-on eats the wall, and other times I get it when you put the left sides just barely in the dirt. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it, but it's better than guessing, I guess. Out front, though, GT3 battle still at hand. Aldo Secklin with the top spot. Cody Stieg running right behind the Ferrari. Possibly trying to learn a little something. Again, I don't know what you're truly going to learn. Your lines might vary from car to car. Ferrari nice and low to the ground. Slick through the wind, a little bit of power. Then you got the Mercedes, a little bit bigger, a little heavier, a little bit higher ride height. Plenty of power. The way they drive, by comparison, very, very different. Of course, the Mercedes, a front engine, the Ferrari, not so much. I can drive the Mercedes. I can't drive the Ferrari. I mean, I can drive it, but I can't be quick in it. Mercedes makes it easy, especially since this one has just recently come out. One of the most recent GT3 cars that iRacing has updated within the system and created a legacy car. Like the old one, certainly, but this new Mercedes seems to be everyone's go-to. As for a while, that was the top 3 in GT. That was until Aldo took over the top spot. It was about 4 or 5 laps ago. So there we have it again. Notification of the off track for Kevin Blue. Track limits is a bit of a thing here with this LSR Sports Car Series. They do count those incident points, so to speak. Does add up over the course of the race. And if you get too high, tend to get a penalty for it. Looks like we've got unlimited maximum number of incidents. You will get an incident warning after 20. Andrew Locke has got about 25 off tracks already. James Vance only 15. Kyle Surratt with 25. Again, I don't believe these are full-on incident points per se. Out front, though, Andrew Locke stretching his legs. 3 seconds now, the advantage back to James Vance. Locke coming into some lap traffic. Blake Langley, the next one to go down. Evasive maneuver for Andrew Locke. Gets the left sides in the grass. Got lucky there. Well, we're just about to the halfway point, so let's give it a shot here. Let's try and go through the field. So your current leader, the 15 of Andrew Locke, started outside front row, took the lead away from James Vance relatively early on in the event and continues to pull away. 2.5 seconds the advantage over teammate James Vance in the 16. Of course, James Vance started pole position. Best lap of the day, a 2:02.30. In the third spot, Kyle Surratt. His best of the day, a 2:02.17. Putting down some good laps. He's just got to get them more consistent. Started third, runs third. Kevin Blue started P6. He's up to the 4th position, albeit 14 seconds behind leader Andrew Locke. Garrett Hagen, who started today's race with an EOL for his win penalty. Best lap of the day, 2:02.76. Looks like Kevin Blue is hitting pit road. I don't know if he's got enough to make it to the end, or if he's going to have to do a splash before this one's over. We're at the 29-minute mark. Tyson Pankow also in the pit lane. So LMP2 category starting to get their pit stops done and over with. Likely a one-stop race. It's going to be tight. Unless they're just pitting early to get it over with. Again, James Rulock, James Vance, Kyle Surratt, Garrett Hagen, they've stayed on the racetrack as Kevin Blue is down and away. So fuel only for both of these LMP2 drivers. So next in our through the field, it is Sean Roberts in the number 66. Sean got caught up in an incident with Dave Tamira on the first lap. Netcode related issue. Doesn't make it hurt any less. Kyle Moyer runs in the 8th position. Started 7th. Dave Tamira started shotgun on the field today. Again, got caught up in that first lap incident just exiting Radion. Contact with the 66, or virtual contact with the 66. Cody Anderson runs in the 10th spot. Cody didn't get any practice. I don't think he got an opportunity to qualify. He's just out here, made the race just in time. Looks like Tyson Pankow may have had an issue on track. Looks like he has. This is just after his pit stop. Backs it into the barrier. He goes straight to pit lane. Continuing through the field in GT, of course, Aldo Secklin out in front. Started at the end of the field tonight. Very quickly worked his way up into the top 3 and then started picking guys off one by one. Disposed of Zach Millett and then relatively recently got by Cody Steeg. Cody still runs in that 2nd position. Steeg about a half second behind Aldo. Zach Millett runs in the 3rd spot, started outside front row. Was not able to hold off Aldo. Again, no shame in that. We've all raced Aldo at one time or another. He is lights out fast. Zach Millett flashing his lights. I'd be willing to bet he is listening to the broadcast as we have it. Explains the flashy lights. There was nobody really he was closing in on unless he just bumped that button. Brad Crouch running in the 4th position in GT. Also down 1 spot, started 3rd. Chris Pio, another Ferrari in the field. He runs in the 5th position. Having some connection issues, it appears. Harley Bathurst out there, another Mercedes. That is not even close to a Ferrari. Harley running the grid engineering colors. Blake Langley, another Ferrari out there. He's running currently in the 7th spot in GT. Blake's down 2 spots, started 5th. But PM Beagle, the only BMW in the field, also down a couple of positions, started in the 6th spot. Eric Beadle still out there. Oh, there's two BMWs. Gets off to the track just a bit into the gravel. It's going to open the door to the inside. Only make contact. Beadle into the wall. Contact between Britt Osborne and Eric Beadle. Through turns 14 and 15, they came together. Let's take a look at it again here. This is from the aerial view. Beadle gets into the gravel, slows his pace a bit, opens the door for Britt. Britt goes to the bottom. He gets to the inside, slides up the track, makes contact with the BMW, puts him in the outside barrier. Britt Osborne running in the 9th spot now, up 2 positions. And Bill Mulfeld running in the 11th spot, started 10th. It's been a tough go for Bill so far in this event. That gets us through both the LMP2 and GT fields. So we just finished 35 minutes of this 60-minute event. Out front, Andrew Locke, James Vance. That gap has closed down considerably. It's now just over half a second from Locke to Vance. So we ride on board with Andrew Locke looking back from the gearbox. Leaders into some GT traffic just ahead. Brack Crouch and Britt Osborne alike. Dave Tamura and LMP2 up ahead. A little bit slower, but same category. Andrew Locke, fastest lap of the day, 2:01.73. Just a few laps ago. Through all that, Vance is still closing down the gap. He's run his fastest lap of the day as well, a 2:01.89. Oh, and we have a crash. Bill Mulfeld, Cody Steeg, Zach Millett, possibly all three involved, or are these separate incidents, or are these all pit stops? These are all pit stops. And did Andrew Locke crash? Nope. Pit stops for the leaders. Andrew Locke, James Vance. Top three LMP2 all in pit lane. First stop of the afternoon. First and only stop for our LMP2 leaders. The 15 is down and away. So is the 16 of James Vance. Both drivers taking fuel only. So through that cycle of stops, Andrew Locke maintains the top spot as he goes to the inside on Zach Millett. Andrew Locke, through that cycle, gained 2 seconds of an advantage over teammate James Vance. And remember, they were about half a second to 0.6 of a second apart from each other. Current gap now 2.84 seconds from Locke to Vance. Further back, third place Kyle Surratt, that gap 19 seconds. Locke moving through Cody Stieg. That is the second place GT car. Or indeed it was. Now Aldo Secklin is in the pit lane, though, from the top spot in GT. 666 comes to a stop. Again, I can't imagine Aldo's going to take tires here. It's going to be a fuel-only stop for the Ferrari. Chris Pyle also in pit lane. Aldo Secklin completes his pit work. He's down and away. He's going to have some work to do. Brett Crouch has taken over the top spot. Brack a full 22 seconds ahead of Aldo, but I don't believe Brack has made a pit stop as of yet. With all that said, I don't believe we've been to a race this season so far that anyone, especially in GT, has been able to carry the car all the way through a full race without stopping. It's really the only advantage that Brack would have at this point is if he somehow manages to save enough fuel and get enough fuel at the beginning of this race to go all the way to the end. Remains to be seen. We haven't seen it occur just yet. With those cycle of pit stops, though, we're going to step aside, get one more break out of the way, and we'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the LSR Gaming X60 at Spa, Lone Star Racing Sports Car Series, round number 10 from Francorchamps, Liège, Belgium. 43 minutes down, just over 15 to go. Andrew Locke still leads LMP2. Aldo Secklin still leads GT3. A little bit of action while we were away. An issue with the LMP2 driver, Kevin Blue, going off track. Manages to keep it off the barrier gathers it back up and continues on. Zach Millett also making a pass for position to get him into the top 3. Just down the hill into Eau Rouge, gets to the inside. Beautiful exchange of position through Radion. Zach Millett up into the top 3 in GT3. Back out front, Andrew Locke still in command here. Dominating performance thus far, now stretching out his advantage over Vance to 3.5 seconds. Let's go on board with Andrew Locke and see how he gets through a lap here at Spa. Almost trouble there for Andrew Locke. Had a brief moment there, saved the car. Checking on things in GT once again, Aldo Secklin, to no one's surprise, still out in front. Throwing down some pretty quick laps. Fast time so far, 2 minutes 16.71 for the Ferrari. Cody Steeg there in the second position, 2:16.75 his best lap. Millett, 2:16.74. Brett Crouch in fourth, 2:16.77. Very close times there in the top 4. These guys all relatively close together, competitive with one another. Last lap, though, for Secklin is 17:11 to Cody's 17:44. The fast two guys, Millett and Crouch, the 16:7 category. Secklin just so fast through that final chicane. Good battle here for the third position. You've got Zach Millett in third. Brett Crouch there in the fourth spot, trying to reel in the Mercedes. Zach Millett, a little close call there as the LMP2 tried to work his way through. Millett tried to steer out of the way, put the left sides in the grass, almost got crossed up, but kept it going straight. Might have lost a little track position, allowed Brett Crouch to close the gap down to less than 2 car lengths. He worked through Rivage into the left-hand turn 9. Nine and a half minutes remain here from Spa. Andrew Locke, your LMP2 leader. Aldo Secklin, your GT leader. Just about everybody's pit stops are complete at this point. It's just a matter of getting the car home to the finish line. Top 4 cars in GT still within a small straightaway between each other. Secklin through La Source, headed down to Eau Rouge. Quite a ways back, Cody Stieg. Secklin enjoying a 6.2 second advantage over the Mercedes of Cody Stieg. 2 LMP2 drivers at the tail of the field currently, Cody Anderson, Tyson Pankow. Pankow been in the pits ever since contact with the barrier. Anderson, however, I think he is out as well. He only completed 15 laps, whereas the leaders are on lap 25. So it looks like Cody has retired from the race as well. Out front, though, Andrew Locke, a massive lead over James Vance, 6.91 seconds. Vance, though, last lap, a 2:02.83, almost a full second faster than Andrew Locke. I don't see where James had an issue on track, an off track, an incident of any kind. I do have this. I don't know if this is related to a pit or not. Let's see. Gets the left sides in the grass. Oh, here we go. James Vance tries it through the gravel trap just a bit. Doesn't hit anything. Continues on, but that certainly explains the deficit from himself up to Andrew Locke. Still maintains the second position. Kyle Surratt still third. About 18 seconds between Vance and Surratt, so Vance was certainly afforded the luxury of making that small mistake. Certainly not going to help him work his way towards the front. About 6.5 minutes remaining. I don't see Vance making up a second every lap, or every minute for that matter. Again, you're doing about 2 minutes per lap, so probably 3 more laps. He's going to have to run some quali laps just to get close. Still 6.5 seconds back to the 16. Andrew Locke enjoying that big lead. Same is true in GT. Aldo Secklin, a similar advantage over Cody Stieg, 7.4 seconds. Still watching this battle for the third spot. Zach Millett has it. Brett Crouch wants it. Down the Kemmel straight again. Brack's going to have a slipstream here. Millett defending well. Brack does gain it down to less than a car length. Through these more technical sections, though, Millett does start to pull away slightly. That said, though, if Brack can get around Millett again, he does seem to have a little bit more pace overall. It's just a matter of where he can catch and then pass the 3:15. Last time by, Crouch was a little over a tenth faster than Zach Millett. And a lot of that may be aided by the draft, the slipstream that Millett is providing by just being right in front. Again, really similar, same exact type of race car, so they're punching the same type of hole in the air. Better to follow the Mercedes than the Ferrari. Again, the Ferrari a lot slipperier in the air, not as big of a hole in it. Not as much drag on that Ferrari. The other way around here with the Mercedes, a lot more drag. It's bulkier, it's a fatter car, so to speak. You're going to get a much better draft if you're behind it than you will behind maybe a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Four and a half minutes to go. Vance has closed the gap down another second. It's 5.5 seconds between Locke and Vance. I still don't see James getting close enough to make an attack here with less than 4 minutes remaining. Just about 4 minutes. It's going to depend on where they catch that white flag when the clock strikes 0. Are they going to be in front of it or behind it? Kyle Surratt enjoying a 5-second advantage over fourth place Garrett Hagen. Garrett Hagen with 13 seconds over Kevin Blue in the 5th position. And likely most of that due to that off-track, that small incident that Kevin had recently. Certainly cost him some track position. He might be right to the back bumper, the back diffuser of Garrett Hagen, if that had not happened. Kevin Blue, though, a 28-second advantage over Sean Roberts. And Sean Roberts a full 1 minute advantage over Dave Tamira. Tamira running in the 7th position in LMP2. Kyle Moyer, the last car on the lead lap in LMP2, though he is also 22 seconds behind Tamira. So no real close battles to speak of. James Vance in the pits. Something happened? James Vance. Take a look at it. Oh, he gets the left sides in the curb, right sides in the grass, hard into the Armco barrier. He is out of this one. Race ending in disaster for James Vance. It's going to give the lead, still keeping the lead. Andrew Locke out in front. Kyle Surratt now in P2. Go back and take a look at the James Vance incident. Nope, that's not it. Just gets the left sides over the curb. It gets the jump in and it just over rotates. Lots of oversteer. He tries to save it. Does an okay job, but he gets it in the grass and that momentum's already carrying that LMP2 around and just not enough front end grip on those older tires to keep it out of the Armco. A big time impact for James Vance. Back out front, Andrew Locke still with the lead. Now a 26-second advantage over Kyle Surratt. He can cruise to victory here. Just about 1 minute left on the clock. Locke through Rivage. Andrew Locke closing in on the GT leader of Aldo Secklin. although gives Andrew plenty of room. Now this very well could be our final lap. Checkered flag waves. Andrew Locke's going to cross the start-finish line as the winner. Aldo Secklund's going to cross just behind. He wins in GT3. Battle for the second spot. Cody Steeg crosses the line. Zach Millett crosses the line, as does Brad Crouch. So your top three in LMP2, it's Andrew Locke, Kyle Surratt, Garrett Hagen. GT3 winner Aldo Secklund. Second place, Cody Steeg. Third place, Zach Millett. Andrew Locke already finishes his donuts. What's going on here? With that, we're going to step aside, get our winners into the booth here after this break. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the LSR Gaming X60 at Spa Lone Star Racing Sports Car Series. Round number 10 is in the books from Francorchamps, Liège, Belgium. To talk to our race winners, at least one home. We got Andrew Locke coming up in the broadcast booth in just a minute. And also Aldo Secklin, our GT3 winner. Let's see if we can pull Andrew into the broadcast booth first. Andrew, it's Steve with the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me, Steve?
Got you loud and clear. Andrew, congratulations on the win here at Spa. Couldn't take the pole position. Teammate James Vance got that. You quickly took over the top spot, and then James just had to struggle to try and catch you. Had some trouble at the end and wrecked the car. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep myself ahead of James. I mean, honestly, there wasn't much talking in our chat, and that generally means that he was coming after me. So, I was able. Luckily, I was able to keep myself ahead of him. I think I just had a little bit better luck with traffic. That's for sure. So,
well, both you guys putting down some fast laps for sure. I think the two of you are the only ones that cracked that 201 bracket. So you've got some laps around here. I know you're very familiar with this LMP2. Is this a track that you kind of like, or is this not one of your go-tos?
You know, I never used to like it until James, my savage of a teammate, kind of got me out of my comfort zone and showed me the track. And him and I have done a couple of endurance races there in the past and have actually done pretty well. So I've got some practice in now, and I have to say it's probably one of my more favorite tracks now, which is surprising because I actually used to hate it. So
always been a favorite of mine across the board, whether it was iRacing or Forza or whatever you call it. It doesn't seem to make a difference. It's been a fun place. It's tough to get around for sure. It's certainly tough to be quick. You've mastered that for sure, so congratulations. Next week we go to Le Mans. What are your thoughts going out there?
Le Mans is one of my favorite tracks. Not one that I'm particularly, at least I don't feel that I'm quick at, but it's definitely the same kind of thing with you and Spa. It's like it doesn't matter what gaming platform or what game. It's always been one of my favorites, that's for sure. So we'll see how we run there. So
certainly looking forward to it next week. Again, congratulations, Andrew. We're gonna let you go. Before we do, anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to first of all thank Lone Star for putting on this league. They've done a pretty epic job. Kevin does a really good job too. So thanks to them, and thanks to my teammate James. He, like I said, always pushes me out of my comfort zone. So I appreciate all the help and coaching he's given me through this past year or so that we've been on a team together. And Grid Engineering for supplying me all my gear, and of course you, Steve, for always putting on these awesome broadcasts. So thank you.
Thanks for the kind words, Andrew. Good luck next week.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Have a good night.
It's Andrew Locke, your LMP2 category winner. Next, we're going to go to the Ferrari. Aldo Secklin, our race winner in GT3. Aldo, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Hello, Steve. Yes. How are you?
Aldo, I'm doing well, sir. Again, congratulations. Another victory, this time here at Spa. I think this is where we saw you at the end of the Spa 3 hour. This went a lot shorter. You started at the rear, didn't qualify. I don't know if that was by design or not, but nonetheless, you worked your way through the field, took over the top spot in short order, and didn't look back. Tell us about your race.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't qualify because of the winning of the past race. So I had to start at the back. I knew it was fast in this track. I love this track, and I know this track very well. So I just wanted to concentrate and then keep going. And then when I was behind Cody, I tried to stay there for a few laps, not to risk too much. And then I got a chance to pass, and then just keep going.
Good looking livery on that 666 Ferrari. A little different than what we're used to seeing. Is there a sponsor update we need to talk about or no?
I'm just still working on that. It's not finished yet, but yeah. I'm glad you noticed that.
Well, it looks good. It looks sharp. I like the old one, but this one, it's red. It's a Ferrari. It kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But congratulations on the win here at Spa, Aldo. We're going to let you get out of here. Before we do, is there anybody else that you need to thank?
Well, yeah, but my team and always my wife. She's always supporting. So just my wife now.
All right, Aldo. Well, good luck next week at Le Mans. Thanks for talking to us. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Was Aldo Secklin your GT category winner here at Spa? We've talked to them both, Andrew Locke, Aldo Secklin. Race is in the books. So let's go take a look at our race results for the day in LMP2. Let's try this again. Andrew Locke, your race winner in LMP2. Kyle Surratt was second. And I don't know why Aldo keeps popping up on the bottom there. I can't make it go away. But nevertheless, Garrett Hagen was third. Kevin Blue was fourth. Sean Roberts in the 66. A solid top five. I mean, he had his issues on the opening laps with Dave Tamira. Ironically, Tamira does finish in the sixth position in behind, one lap down. Kyle Moyer was seventh. James Vance, after a pole position run, a second place running all night long, run into trouble late, wrecks the race car. He finishes in the eighth spot, 2 laps down. Tyson Pankow in the ninth position, and Cody Anderson, late to the show, finishes 10th, 14 laps down. So that's your LMP2 category race results. Well, at least they waited till the end of the race to give me trouble. Overlay's not cooperating. Let's try this one more time. There it is. GT3 results. Cody Stieg, your race winner. Second actually went to... No, that's not accurate. This is all messed up. Well, we know that's not the case. Don't pay any attention to the graphic. That is absolutely not right. It's showing race results with Aldo Secklin finishing 8th. Not the case. Let's go through it. Aldo Secklin, your race winner. Cody Stieg was 2nd. Zach Millett, 3rd. Brad Crouch finished in the 4th position. Chris Pio was 5th. Harley Bathurst was 6th. I don't think that's Harley Bathurst. I think that's Brandon Cocker, but we'll figure it out later. PM Beagle was 7th. Blake Langley was 8th. Britt Osborne was 9th. Eric Beadle in the BMW finished 10th, and Bill Molfeld in the Ferrari finished in the 11th position. So that's your GT3 race results. Again, ignore the graphic. I don't think that's accurate at all. In fact, we know it's not. We can compare results here. It's not displaying correctly. Nonetheless, we got it all in. Race is complete. We move on to Le Mans next week. So that's all we can really do. Congratulations to both our race winners, Andrew Locke, LMP2, Aldo Secklin in GT3. Thank you guys for watching tonight. A little bit of conversation in the stream chat. Minimal tonight, but see, Kevin Blue always likes to start it off for us. He's in the race usually, so he can't text and drive. Let's see here. Drew Blaze always popping in. Appreciate that. Drew's usually racing, so on occasion we run these road courses. He pops in, might say hello. Appreciate that participation. Let's see here. We got Harley in the chat. Let's go, Stephen Andrew. And let's see. Harley, not Cocker. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thanks, guys, for participating in that stream chat. Again, it was a little light tonight, but please feel free to pop in, say what you got to say, who you're cheering from, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. I got to get my words right. I'm still on a lot of medicine, guys. Just give me a break. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already done it, like, follow, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Turn on the notifications. HBR TV1 at YouTube. Check us out there. Do that. Facebook as well, facebook.com/HBRTV1. No longer streaming live to the Facebook side of things. It's long story short, we've had our issues, but sticking to YouTube for now. We'll still have our posts on the Facebook side. We'll share the YouTube links there as well in case you get your information about the races there. Let's see. Harley says, thanks for the compliment. Yeah. Well, you're both Canadian at least, right? Well, that's it. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV saying so long. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.